They're situated about 8 miles west of New York City at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. Today, it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the Miami Dolphins and the New York Jets. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. Braxton Berrios now from his end zone. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And now off to the races, down the right side. He will take this all the way. Touchdown, Jets. So a heck of a start to this one. We haven't even gotten settled in already in the end zone on the opening kickoff.
And you know what happens, too? Now you got to translate what that means, because I think for a team who just scored, their defense, I think they'll be more aggressive now. They'll be bolder. They're playing with a lead and an early one and some momentum. So if you're the offensive coordinator on the other side of the field, you'd better be prepared for some heavy pressure coming your way. They're going to try and get another big score and a big one early.
And we will not see an attempt to match that return touchdown, as this will be a touchback and bring it out to the 25. They fake the handoff. Now Tua rolling to his left. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. He's got a man complete. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25. In today's NFL, we talk about quarterbacks and their speed and accuracy, but there's still something about a guy slinging one downfield. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down. Off of play action, Tagovailoa out to his left. And it's incomplete. Oh, it would have been 6 points, but somehow he couldn't rein it in.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. On play action, here's Tua. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. So fourth down, Tua departs, and on is Jason Sanders and the Dolphin field goal unit. The kick by Sanders is good, and the opening drive for the Dolphins yields 3. So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
Ready? Let's go.
Now Hall to start the drive. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll look to throw here. Dancing to his left. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Now he's going to let it go deep right sideline. He's got a man complete. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
And that one hurts defensively. They force him into 3rd and long, had the advantage, yet they give up the big play right there.
Yeah, their offense was already warming up on the sideline, ready to come out. So much for that 3-and-out. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and this is picked up by the Dolphins. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
Do you remember in preseason we were going to the different training camps and visiting teams, and we always would see the running backs working out and going through those gauntlet drills, and, you know, guys either slapping at the ball or the machines. You got to learn to take care of it.
Yeah, they lost it there. Big fumble. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. This defense for the Jets, they played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
On 2nd and 1, Tua. Well, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Sauce Gardner picks it off. And the Jets are going to take possession of the football. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. Second and goal from inside the 5. Ball again. And this time he'll lose yardage as the defense not giving him any room to operate. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. He's got Wilson, and that's a Jets touchdown. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And they're able to add on to their advantage. The extra point splits the uprights, and that pushes the lead up to 11. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. And early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Play action. Now it's Tua. They're going deep for Hill. And he fires one that's intercepted. And the Jets are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well. That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
Ready? Go!
second down to run with Hall. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Gonna look deep for Wilson. And that's caught inside the 35. That all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Boy, just zero hesitation from the rookie passer there, partner. He is coming out firing in this opening quarter.
And all the talk leading into this game was that pass rush, talking about challenging this guy, getting into his grill, getting into his space. And how about him? Might be his first year in the NFL, but I don't see any fear in him at all. How about that big-time throw right out of the gate?
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, still early in this one, Charles, but the last time this offense was out there, they threw their first interception of the ball game, so trying to avoid repeating that mistake here on this drive.
And to put a positive spin on it, at least it happened in the first half and not in a close game in the 4th quarter, but you're absolutely right, partner. One of the last things this offensive quarterback wants to witness again in this game.
Kind of an obvious question, Charles, but anything you try to avoid after your first pick, or you say it's one interception, we're still in the first half, I'm going to do the same thing. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. He is going to find Hill here. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Tua to Tyreek for the Miami first. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try to put some points on the board.
Setting to throw on first down is Tua. Pryor has it complete. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Again, they will throw it with Tagovailoa. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in the defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the first down.
And he's brought down at the 19 after a gain of 19. First down in the red zone.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago, because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Tua. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on third down. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. His pass caught at the 4. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. Second and goal from inside the 5. In motion left, the tight end. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. A great play there. His third rushing touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it makes the score 21-10. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. Good starting field position for them here as they come up first and 10 at the 41-yard line. Straight ahead is Hall. On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender and then the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, it's sometimes a thing of beauty.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. The wise move there, looked like nobody open, now second down. The Jets at 2-1 now to start the campaign, and they move back above 500 with a victory last week.
And you look at their start, a win, a loss, then a win. This might be something we see from them a lot this year because when they're at their best, they can play with anybody. But bringing their best every week, that's been a challenge thus far.
And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
Well, it's almost football 101 that you preach to your safeties. Don't let anyone get behind you. You're the last line of defense. But he didn't let the play come to him. He went to the play. How about that read and recognition and finishing off that one behind the line of scrimmage?
The Jets on third down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 11. He completes this to Cole Turner. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 21. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Back to the ground with Hall. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. He's already put it on the ground once in this first half. There, no gain, just struggling to get going.
Yeah, and what he needs right now, a dose of confidence, which means his guys have to chop a hole, a big one for him, give him a chance to run a little.
Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. There he goes, right side. Past the 20. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Dolphins touchdown. So they had a good drive going, a chance to build on this first half lead, but now you kind of feel like we got a new ball game.
And you wonder what the discussion will be now at halftime, because I think we were headed towards one. Now it's a different discussion altogether. One side optimistically, the other side wondering what could have been.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and it's now 21-17. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can.
And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Breece Hall, 75 yards. And the Jets are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated. Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Down. 52 blasted. Yellow, go. Red, yellow. Red.
Tua on 4th down. And he comes back with one complete. And he will have a Dolphins Dolphins first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Tua going to throw. Oh, he's going up top for Wilson. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And going deep for Hill. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Tyreek Hill in the final seconds of the first half. And the Dolphins are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. And just before the half ends, the prayer is answered. Defensively, a disaster there.
I know often we're surprised when this actually works. I mean, the excitement level goes way up, but maybe we shouldn't be, because I know as a defender, you've got to play the ball in this situation, but you can't interfere with the receiver because, remember, it's a spot foul, and it'd be 1st and goal if it happens in the end zone, and you don't want to give up that play, and that little bit of hesitancy often works really well for offensive guys.
It's a squib kick that still makes its way down inside the 15.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 15-yard line.
Let's go.
They'll throw now on the final play. He's got the connection to Moore. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon, getting set for quarter number 3 here. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated. Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Jet touchdown. Well, Charles, just some visibly frustrated players and coaches on that sideline right now because those halftime adjustments didn't work. The turnover problems continuing here in the second half, and the defense now sitting pretty comfortably as a result of that pick 6.
I think that's a great observation, too, Brandon, because they did make adjustments at halftime. But how about this other group staying a step ahead despite whatever happened in that other locker room? No surprise they're leading, and it's appropriate that those defenders got to add to the lead directly.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Okay, ready?
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone. Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Up the middle they go with Mostert. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Dolphin first down.
Well, they've certainly been successful throwing it around in this game. That's allowed them to move the ball on offense. But I'm trying to tell you, to watch them run the football and successfully, I'm not taking sides. But to see the ball in a running back's hands, oh, that's football for me.
Now he'll throw deep left side. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
2nd and 14. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Open man, that's Devontae Smith. And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27. No first down. Here's the Jets punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. Here's Hill on the return. They'll call that a 61-yard punt. He got all of that one. And it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And if we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. It's a gain of 34.
As we've seen over the years, offensive coordinators will often ease their way into drives. Many of them don't want to risk a turnover or put their defense in a bad spot, but not in this case.
Not at all. Forget about easing into it. They took a shot. It worked. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
They'll try again. And he is in. Touchdown, Miami. Well, fair to say they've got something here in this rookie running back, and he's in for the 2nd time in the ball game.
And, Brandon, it's a position where there's often a lot of turnover, a lot of competition at that spot. but he's proven to them that he wants to be the bell cow guy that his franchise can rely on.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. A good action to this point in the third quarter. Just a 3-point game. 2nd and 10. They'll set up to throw. He's got a man, complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. A big pickup of 38.
That's just flat out a beautiful throw right there.
It was a rope. That's maybe the speed you would see on a slant, but he threw that downfield with that kind of pace.
Now, if he throws that one with any type of arc, puts a little air under it, that play doesn't happen. He had to fire it in there, and he did exactly that.
97 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Ball again on 2nd down. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Here's Hall again, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Hall on a give up the middle. A little juke. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. 3 quarters in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The offense on 3rd down, they've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. Here it's 3rd and 2.
7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. Check. Back and 60.
He'll look to throw. He gets it underneath to Hall. He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. He needed a yard. He didn't get anything. And the Dolphins' defense is able to hold.
Ready.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. A big opportunity to tie it with 3 or take the lead with a touchdown. Their defense definitely did their part with that pivotal 4th down stop. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. And the tight end goes in motion left. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down. Couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Now they'll throw with Tagovailoa. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Bryce Hall. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a jet touchdown. Make it back-to-back weeks now with a pick 6 for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick 6 in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. Tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
Point after, right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. We'll see if they can band back together after the pick 6. It hurt badly, but still within striking distance. A 2-score game with a good chunk of time on the clock. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Well, we just saw something you don't ordinarily see, and that's him trying to deep ball after throwing a pick 6 on his previous pass. Normally, they give him something safe to get his confidence back. Instead, they let him fire it downfield, albeit unsuccessfully.
Ready, set.
Under 4 to go now as they come up on 2nd down.
6, 7.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
Work the middle. Right, right. Ready.
4th down, 4th quarter. Here's Tua. And that is incomplete.
I come alive in the dark, and I keep getting stronger. My limit's the sky. I do the impossible, impossible. Shine if I want to. I win every time if I want to. The world mine if I want to. Make the world mine cause I want to. I'll pull the sword out the border, walk a floor full of cobras. Go to war with you all, we can brawl toe to toe. I can tighten loops in my lace and make lightning lose in a race. I make fire cool and come back from the triangle in Bermuda. I can suit up, live in the moon up, working and outsmarting computers. I can outswim all the tuna, and that's without a scuba. So in the laws of nature, I'm breaking the rules. Only thing I'm bad at is being a loser. I can make time traveling a surprise. Make graveyards feel alive. Break the immortal down to his demise. Look up and beam to the stars so you can turn off the lights. I come alive in the dark, and I keep getting stronger. Tonight I hunt with the pride. You can't take my pride away. I can sing with the birds and the trees in the morning, or roll like the storms way over the ocean. My limit's the sky. I do the impossible, impossible. Shine if I want to. I win every time if I want to. The world mine if I want to. Make the world mine cause I want to. Even on the days when I'm late as ever, my timing is right. Even in the darkest moments, stay close, I'm that shine in the light. I can make an earthquake nervous, I can make the sun wear a visor. I can make a wise owl see me as a daily advisor. I'm that cool shade, peaceful night that's still my